Okay, today we're going to show you how to remove an axle on a ZAP Xebra. First thing we need to do is take the wheel off. Next thing you're going to want to do is remove this brake hose and pull it out so it's loose, because you're going to be pushing down on the shock and you don't want to put pressure on that brake hose. Now I'm going to take an 11/16 inch wrench and remove the top nut to the shock. Kind of similar to what Norm does when putting in one of his shock kits in the rear. And just remove that nut, press down on the shock, just like in Norm's video. I take the adjustable wrench, put it in behind the axle housing, kind of put it up against that little bolt down there. You can see how I'm using that for leverage, the bolt going into the gearbox. I'm using the tire tool through the hole of my adjustable wrench as a lever, and it just pops right loose. As you can see, sometimes it's harder than other times. So now it's loose. All we have to do is pull it the rest of the way off, and it's out. Now on that shaft, you can see there's a little groove through there. There's a clip inside there, a small wire. That's what keeps your axle from popping off the shaft. I have sheared those off at times, so I keep a couple extra around. But that's how easy it is to do. Okay, now we're going to remove the crown nut here. It's got a little pin in it. Pin is very important. I've heard of people just here recently whose nut here came loose and it destroyed their axle and their hub. So you want to make sure when you do this, you get this pin back in and you get this crown nut back on there good and solid. This crown nut is a 1 1/16 inch socket. I've had some of them be really tight. Some of them come off pretty easy. This one's coming off pretty easy. Okay, once that's off, your axle's loose. And that's how you remove an axle. When you replace the axle, it's very simple. Start from putting the axle back in to the hub. And then attach the axle housing to the gearbox shaft. Once you attach the axle housing to the gearbox shaft, make sure that it doesn't slide back off. Then set your shock back up inside. Put your washer on. Put your crown nut back on. You have this small clip pin that you need to get back inside the axle to hold the crown nut on. Be sure to get your brake hose back in good so it doesn't rub on your wheel.